Oh, hey. Sorry, just wrapping up the last week. What's up, beasties? It's Triple B, your friendly neighborhood bearded book beast. Welcome back to the channel. It is Monday. I hope you had a wonderful weekend and a great start to your week. It is time to wrap up the final week of June and look forward to July. All right, so starting off, talk about what I read. So my weekly book I've talked about already, but I finished up How to Become the Dark Lord and Die Trying by Django Wexler. This book was awesome. I really enjoyed it. It's hilarious. Again, focuses on the main character, Davi, and she's stuck in this time loop. She originally was from our Earth, but she's lived 200 and some lives, so it's been 1,000 years. She doesn't remember what her life was like here. She doesn't remember a lot about Earth or how she got there. She doesn't really know. But she's always tried for 200 years to save the kingdom, be the good guy, be the hero, overcome the Dark Lord. But every life, at some point, a Dark Lord rises to power, comes with all its minions and orcs and armies, and kills everyone she knows and loves, and her, and she loses. And then she wakes up in this magical pool in the middle of the forest. This wizard comes along, and he tells her that he's been waiting for her. She's the savior, blah, blah, blah. Um, and she finally, it starts off with her in a dungeon being tortured by like this reptile snake lady who ends up biting her toes off, and she dies there. And then she's like, you know what? I'm sick of it. I am going to do something different. So she decides to become the Dark Lord herself and be on the winning side. So it just kicks off from there. She starts doing everything different. She starts trying to get in with these orcs and these unsavory characters that she always went up against. Well, now she's trying to befriend them and have them be in her army. And then she runs into people from the kingdom or the good side that she knew before. Some she didn't like, so she doesn't mind killing them. Some she did like, and she struggles with some of that. Yeah, there's just a lot of good stuff in here. I'll talk about it more in the book review that I will be doing for it, so keep an eye out for that. But it was a lot of fun. She breaks the fourth wall. She talks to you throughout the whole thing, and it's silly and funny and zany and gory, and there's a lot of crude humor and dark humor in it. It's so much fun, but at the same time, it really does have a lot of heart, and it really speaks to the difference between found family and doing what's right and doing what you want to do, and just finding your way, and it speaks to a lot of that. So it was really good. Like I said, it was a lot of fun and goofy and just a quick read, fast paced, a lot of action, but at the same time it had a lot of heart despite all that. So this was an awesome book. Really enjoyed it. Then for my novella, I read and finished When Among Crows by Veronica Roth. This was an awesome, really deep story for just a very short novella, like 150 pages. But I think this is just a standalone for now, but I really hope it can become a series, because this world and these characters and these factions that Veronica Roth created are so cool. It focuses on Dimitri, I think, right? I don't know why. No, Demeter. I always want to say Dimitri. It's Demeter. He's like a late teen, or I think like 18, 19, or early 20s. And he's a monster hunter and this church in the middle of nowhere, and it's from the point of view of the guardian of this church and what the church holds. It's like this foresty minotaur creature. He's really cool. And he has to test Demeter because he wants to get the golden fern, this flower with these magical powers that can do certain things. But he has to prove himself worthy, and of course this mythical creature is like, oh, this kid, blah. but he ends up getting it, and then that's kind of where the story kicks off. Why does he want to get this? It shows some flashbacks to him interacting with his grandma when he was younger, as she's training him to become a monster hunter like everyone else. And then the story continues. He ends up tracking down and finding um, a young monster. I think she's a Zamora or something like that. This is very Polish, Eastern European folklore. So I have heard of strigas before. That they're kind of like vampire. Basically, all these creatures either feast on blood, flesh, brains, or fear, or a combination of all. But there's like a curse that's been put on her, and this flower can help her, and he's willing to give her the flower to help her if she will help him find Baba Yaga, who's like the most powerful witch. No one knows why he wants to, and then through the flashbacks and stuff, you're not sure. It seems like there's a group of really legit monster hunters called the Holy Order, which is really cool. They're just just trained assassins of these monsters, and they actually have weapons made out of their own bones that they have to like dig into their back and pull it out of their actual like body, and it's like, and then they have to put it back in, and it's wild. It was pretty sweet. Um, and slowly as the story goes on, you wonder what does he have to do with this holy order? Why is he trying to help this monster? What does he want Baba Yaga for? Lots of mystery, and it tells the story through flashbacks. Um, and he's with this girl. I think her name is. Oh, I said it in my last wrap up. I have to look it up. Um, but another character I really like in it is Nico, another Striga that he comes along when he's helping her, and the three of them. I think her name's Ala, or Ayla or Ala. She has a longer name that's hard to pronounce, so I go by her nickname. But the three of them are trying to go on this journey, and there's a lot of things unsaid between them, a lot of mystery, and it's just really good. Really great character work. In this short thing, it just makes you care about all of them so much, and even the supporting characters. It's got really a lot of tense drama and some good humor, good banter, awesome fight scenes. Like, this was really good. I hope this becomes a series because I would love to be in this world more. I've been trying to look up and Google stuff like crazy to see, but I haven't seen anything yet. But this was really good. Quick read, definitely recommend it. All right, and then still working through Empire of the Damned. I love it. It's so good. I'm starting to figure out my routine with making videos and editing and all, and still reading. So I was focused on getting through my weekly reads, and now I really want to focus on this and get this done for two reasons. One, because I love it and it's so good and I miss it when I'm not reading it. But two, so I can get going with Stormlight Archive with Way of Kings. So going to be focusing on that still, but it's very, very good, of course. If you read the first one, the second one I think has been even better, and I adored the first book. It's in my top 10 books of all time, and this one is even better. It expands the world, the characters, you get different point of views. It's just so good. Loving it. All right, so then graphic novel, same as Empire of the Damned. Still working through Six Gun. I'm actually done with, I'm only halfway through this huge thing. It's so heavy. But I did finish the actual Six Gun, the first book. I think it's like, I don't know, a lot of issues. Does it say on the back? No, it doesn't. Anyway, oh, yeah, it does right here. No. Oh, the 17 issues. Finished those, but then there's like a mini series called Sons of the Gun. There's like a lot of artwork and extras in the back. There's like an actual short story that the author wrote too, set in the world. So I am gonna finish those because I want to continue, because I love this world and these characters. It's so good. Supernatural, Lovecraftian, horror, with magic, and it's just very good, very good. Definitely recommend this. If you have not read it yet, you should. It's really, really good. Then I did read Doombreaker. I've been waiting for this one. I love webtoon stuff. Everything's fine. I'll talk about that one eventually, maybe when I start doing some reviews for graphic novels I've read. But I really love that from Webtoon, and this one sounded really good. But and I didn't realize it is a progression fantasy graphic novel, and like sometimes I've read some of those and I like them, and I love like books like that. Like I've read Dungeon Crawler Carl, and read I've read the first one, really like it. I got a Kickstarter, the holographic. I'll show you that when it comes in. It makes me think of the '90s when I was a kid getting baseball cards and comics with holographic covers. Anyway, I really love that, and it's done so well. And this has awesome artwork, and the characters are cool, and it's a cool idea of him going back in time. It's just him and this evil demon at the end, and he's the last one left, and he dies and gets sent back by the gods to because they're impressed with him and they want to give him a chance to write things. So that was all good. But then then he gets back and they're like, oh, you're gonna have to level up to this to before you can do this. And it's cool because it's kind of like playing a video game. And but then I don't know, it just focused so much on that when I really love the characters and the world and the art, but it just focused so much on that progression stuff that it kind of lost me a little bit. The end, it got back focused more on some of the characters and story again, and I was digging that. But I'm not gonna continue this right away. I probably will eventually. I might look on Webtoon where I can read read the next couple and see if I can get into it more. But it was kind of a disappointment. I was bored a lot of the times. But the artwork is just really pretty, so I mean that helps. But yeah, that one was kind of a bummer for me. But I will still read it because I did like enough of it where I want to see what happens. Then I read volume 2 of Descender. This was awesome. Flew through this. This story is just great. Love it. I'm really enjoying it so far, and excited to see what happens in volume 3. Those are my graphic novels. So for my mangas, I continue with One Piece. Read volume 2, Buggy the Clown. So good. I love the artwork in this and just the goofy zaniness of it. Love the characters. And Buggy the Clown was a pretty fun villain. I'm loving meeting more of the crew that's going to be part of his crew, and I'm just really dig it. Excited for volume 3, waiting for that to come in at the library, and then I will read that as soon as it comes in. But that was very good. Continued Tokyo Ghoul, and this one was kind of a mixed bag too for me a little bit. I loved the first volume. The second volume was good. So it was great artwork. And I'll say the last third of it was really good. A lot like the first one, really got me pumped. So I'm excited for the third one. Early on, it was a little slow. There wasn't a lot going on. It felt like the first one was just you flew through it with so much action, and then the first couple, 2/3 of this one, like it would start to pick up and then slow down, and there's not a lot going on. Yeah, but it's still setting things up, so I'm sure that was part of it. But hopefully, volume 3 is more like volume 1, and I can't wait to check that out. And then I snuck one in. I went to the library and I thought this one looked cool, so I read it, and it's called Beastars, volume 1 by Paru Atagaki. But it was pretty cool. It's about I mean, I don't know if it's supposed to be set, if it's just set on Earth, but it's all these animals, but they're like very human like, and there's carnivores and herbivores, and they go to this school together, and it starts off with one of the herbivores being murdered and slaughtered, and everyone thinks it was a carnivore based on the wounds and everything. So everyone's on edge. There's a separation between the two groups, and one of the main character we focus on is Lagashi, this huge wolf who is part of the drama club and is very quiet, a little weird. He was friends with the herbivore that was killed. He's fighting against some of his nature to want to like be a carnivore. And it's just this mystery of who did it. Lost me a little bit in it because it starts focusing on the play and the drama club, and who's gonna take over for the kid that died, and like I don't know, it lost me a little bit in there. The first half was like really good and exciting and tension filled, and the mystery was, front and center, and then it kind of went off on this stuff about the play, and it was a little boring, and then it picked back up at the very end. So I'm excited to continue with this one down the road and see what happens with it. All right, so that was everything I read in this past week. So probably easy to tell, but my read of the week for last week was How to Become the Dark Lord and Die Trying. So good. Definitely in the running for my read of the month, book of the month, and read of the month. So look for that in my monthly wrap-up coming up. What am I going to be reading this week as we start off July? Well, if you watched my TBR video, you know, but I'm going to be reading Service Model by Adrian Chavaski. Probably saying that wrong still, but really excited to read this. I'm not going to read in a novella this month. I'm going to be working through You Like It Darker, the short story collection by Stephen King, just reading a short story here and there instead of novella. So I'm going to start that. Graphic novels, I'm going to focus on the rest of Six Gun, the extra stuff. And then once that's done, I'm going to start book 2 of Saga. I have book 1 back there. Loved it. Excited to start that. Then I'm going to be reading Something is Killing the Children, Volume 3, continuing with that. Love that Monster Hunter series. And then my manga I'm going to start this week, Sakamoto Days, Volume 1. Excited about that. Washed up family man who was a former hitman getting pulled back into the life. Sounds like a lot of fun. And then this week I am going to be recording my first reading vlog, so look for that. And I'm going to kind of do a TBR catch-up reading vlog so that I can read Dreadful, which I did not read last month like I hoped, and maybe some other stuff. So look for that, and you'll see what the books are. And channel-wise, this past week, it was fun. Chugging along. I try to get out one short and one video every day. That's been going well. Been getting a lot of views, subscribers going up a little bit, and I'm just having fun. It's been a lot of fun. Thanks to those of you who have commented. I really love that. I really enjoy it. And yeah, it's been a good time. So this week on the channel, I'm going to do my May wrap-up, and then I am going to start doing a tier list videos where I add in each month's stuff to the growing tier ranking as the year goes on. And then at the end of the year, I'm going to do a blind rank of everything I read and then compare the two to see, which I think will be fun. So this week, I'm going to do 2 tier rankings. I'll do a ranking of everything I've read so far, and then I'll throw in my May stuff to it. So, or maybe I'll just do one video. We'll see. But so look for all of that. And then, of course, the reading vlog. I'm just about done with that. My first thrift store challenge video. Yeah, so it's going to be a fun week on the channel. So that is all I have for you guys today. That is my weekly wrap up. And thanks so much for being here. If you have not yet, please like and subscribe. It helps the channel grow. Leave me a comment. Let me know how your last week went, what you're planning on reading this week, or just say hello, because I love that too. Thank you so much again. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch my video. I hope you have a great day tomorrow, and until I see you in the next video, devour those TBRs, be brave, be beautiful to one another, and be beastly. See you.